Welcome to another trade recap video. Today is Tuesday the 7th of July. I haven't taken trades yet this week, but I'm gonna go over the 3 positions that I took last week that I haven't reviewed yet, as I was on a festival since Thursday morning. I want to document every trade that I take in my journey here on my YouTube channel, so that's why I'm still going over these. Let's go. First off, let me show you proof of equity. So still trading the same accounts that I was trading on all the last trade recap videos, and currently at the highest balance it has been so far, $26,113. So roughly gained $190 since last trade recap video. So first trade that I took was this one last Tuesday morning. This was a trade that I should have not taken, and I'm gonna explain why. So coming on the 4-hour, we most recently redelivered from this 4-hour gap, a big gap that we previously delivered already from, and tapping into it again. But we are in a 4-hour bullish fair value gap continuation. This is confluence against our trade, but everything on the lower time frame looked really good. We had a very clean 1-hour draw right there. As I said, after redelivering from that 4-hour gap, we had a 15-minute fair value gap delivery and 2 15-minute gaps as well. And on the time frame of entry, we can see exactly that previously we were coming from this 4-hour gap all the way through Asia to redelivering this big 4-hour gap, then delivering from a fresh 15 minutes that happened right here. And then we get a fair value gap continuation. Now this is an invalid trade. Why? Because we close inside of this bullish gap. I did not see this. It was still pretty early, I guess, and I was just maybe not fully yet awake. But this is a trade that I should never take, because when my entry candle lands in a unmitigated fair value gap, then I just simply cannot take it. It is a doji candle, this one, so that makes the gaps less strong, but still, it's in my rules. There is no situation in which I can take this or want to take this. So I guess I was blinded by the way it edged the draws so cleanly, because an edger, when we nearly tap the draws, that's always very good confluence. The next candle, of course, would have been valid, but then for me personally, it would have been too close to the draw, at least with the furthest point stop loss. I could have maybe done 17.5 then, but I would have probably faded it. And I took this one for 15 point stop loss, which was also not really a mistake, but if you zoom in very closely, I could have taken 12.5 from the exact position of the entry candle, but you have to zoom in very closely to see that. And I went for 15. 12.5 would have gotten me out at break even, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, right there. That would have just got me out at break even. But as I said, it was a mistake. This trade should have not been in it. Went for 1.5 RR and got stopped out. Now I was still confident in shorts if I got a clean setup, and a couple minutes later we got a clean 3-minute fair value gap continuation, which I took again. As I said last week, I want to be taking more trades with less risk and a higher trade frequency, as I'm actively working on my under trading issues. So this 3 minutes, I was happy that I had the guts to still take it, even after that loss prior. I went 20 for 30, if I'm not mistaken, or was it 17.5? No, it was 20 for 30. And just as the previous trade, I entered right at the close, because the candle closes narrow to the previous candle. If that is the case, I'm almost certainly getting in right at the close. We got a very big pullback, which was a bit scary, but then price flushed through, finally taking the 15-minute and the 1 hour draw after edging again, after edging as well on the 3 minutes. So the 3 minute looked very clean. This one, to be honest, way cleaner than the previous one, of course, since that one was invalid. So that were the two trades that I took on Tuesday. This one made me more than the loss that I took, as I go for 1.5 hour, and I got maybe a little bit more even, and I ended up taking $189. Then on Wednesday I took this trade, very textbook. Unfortunately, I got stopped out break even on MNQ. On NQ it did not hit break even, but on MNQ it did. Let me break it down. So on the 4 hour, first and foremost, we did not inverse this gap, so still respecting it slightly. Then we continue and mitigate this bullish gap, and we have another bullish gap available here. On the 1 hour, we align that 1 hour gap with this 4 hour gap, and we are respecting a 1 hour bearish gap. And we also have this Asia low available, of course. And same story on the 15 minute, which is the reason why when I came into the session, I was not feeling longs yet. Even though we took out Asia low pretty quickly, I was not yet convinced to take longs. We do create a new 15 minutes here. So this long right here would have already been valid. We take out Asia low. We have a 15 minutes available. That is definitely a trade you could take. But I was more anticipating to go for the 4 hour, especially since ES still had Asia low and the 4 hour available as well. So that one ran immediately. Should I have taken it? Since I'm working on upping my trade frequency, I should have probably taken it, but I did not. Then we took the 15 minutes right there. We get a 1 minute fair value gap continuation. Now we do have a 1 minute obstructing gap. The 2 minute and the 3 minute is already mitigated, so you can take it, but the 5 minute was still mitigating at that time. So I decided not to take it, which is okay. It ran, and right at London Open, we got another 1 minute fair value gap continuation. Clean break of structure, nice displacement. This gap was already mitigated, so that did not matter. And yes, was also going for Asia low that was still open and the 4 hour underneath. I went break even right at a 1-to-1, which was also the moment we took out this Frankfurt opening range low, which is never a main draw for me, but a break even point. Unfortunately, I got tapped out on MNQ. It hit my break even, and then we ran lower. There were more setups afterwards. I faded this one as well. But thinking about it, when ES still had those draws open, that was also a possibility to still take. So that one would have worked as well. And then ES took out the 4 hour and Asia low, and then we started reversing on NQ as well. Did we eventually take out the 4 hour? For sure we did. Only at New York. Yeah. So we took it out at New York. That's okay. So that were the 3 trades that I still had to recap from last week. Overall, a good week. Took a good win on Monday, a bad loss on Tuesday that I should have not taken, but recovered well after that with 2 more good trades. Didn't trade on Thursday and Friday as I was on that festival. Friday was a bank holiday anyway, And Monday, yesterday, I was still at the festival as well. Did not take a trade during London this morning, so we'll see if I take a trade in New York. If so, I'll bring the recap later today, by latest tomorrow. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. I'll be very happy to help you. Other than that, wish you the best day of your life so far. What that means is tomorrow is gonna be even better. Goodbye for now.